What is the root cause of the pervasive racism against black people? Take a moment to truly ponder this question. It goes beyond mere hatred. There is also a sense of envy and perceived threat towards black individuals. According to a study conducted by the American Psychological Association and reported by Vox, black people are consistently viewed as menacing. This pattern has persisted for centuries, but what lies at its core? Evidence suggests that non-black individuals harbor subconscious beliefs that incite feelings of jealousy and animosity. Astonishingly, these underlying reasons range from the fear of losing their partners to being envious of black people's physical prowess, as well as anxieties about genetic annihilation and potential extinction. A multitude of factors trigger this jealousy. Join us as we delve into the untold stories of black history and shed light on events that have been overlooked. It is our belief that both black and white individuals should be aware of these forgotten chapters, as black people have often been led astray by manipulative propaganda that erases their achievements. Our aim is to provide you with factual information about pivotal moments that have shaped our society. Together, let's foster a united black community that thrives through knowledge and understanding. In this video, we will explore the historical reasons behind the perception of black people as a threat. Reason 1. Insecurity in interracial relationships. Imagine a scenario where a white man is deeply in love with a white woman, and they are committed to each other in a strong relationship. However, underneath the surface, he carries an unspoken fear, the fear that his partner might be attracted to black men. This fear stems from society's perpetuation of stereotypes linking black men to sexual prowess and physical dominance. These stereotypes can trigger deep-rooted insecurities within the white man, causing him to question his own sexual performance and physical attractiveness. In today's more accepting world of interracial relationships, some white men may feel threatened by the attention black men receive, worrying that their partners may find them more sexually appealing. These anxieties can undermine the security of the relationship and create unnecessary tension. It is worth noting that there has been an increase in relationships and marriages between black men and white women, which could be seen as a growing acknowledgement of the sexual charisma that black men possess. Reason 2. White dominance. Decline anxiety. Radical white conservative supremacist factions often grapple with an entrenched apprehension regarding the erosion of their grip on white supremacy. They construe growing racial and ethnic diversity, progressive social movements, and shifting societal norms as direct menaces to their social, cultural, and political authority. White supremacist ideology posits that white individuals possess inherent superiority bestowed upon them by a divine entity. Confronted with challenges, these factions find themselves consumed by fear. Paradoxically enough, this fear originates from an awareness that if indeed white supremacy were true, proponents of such beliefs would not harbor trepidation towards black individuals, since they themselves would be considered chosen ones. This particular fear frequently takes shape as xenophobia, racism, and an ardent yearning to uphold traditional power structures. These concerns emanate from a conviction that proponents of white supremacy will inevitably become a marginalized minority within their own nation, relinquishing the privileges they have enjoyed for countless generations. Political rhetoric that reinforces these convictions and fosters an us versus them mentality can further aggravate these anxieties. In certain instances, these factions may resort to violence and intimidation as a means to safeguard their control and perceived dominion. Reason 3. Dread of genetic extinction. During the era of black enslavement, black individuals posed a significant threat to their non-black masters due to their physical strength and charisma. The fear of genetic annihilation arose from the understanding that if non-black individuals marry white individuals, their own genes would be rendered submissive and eventually extinct biologically. When individuals mate, their genes combine and influence the traits of their offspring. White individuals feared that intermarriage could lead to the dominance of black genes over their own. This is because of natural selection, where nature selects the genes which have more chances of survival. Genes having specific traits from a mother and a father are combined in their child. However, the gene having robust capability dominates while the other is suppressed. Since black people are better equipped for the environment naturally, the probability of their genes' domination is more. Hence, if a white woman and a black man or a black woman and a white man marry, black genes will have superiority and white genes will be suppressed. In the past, only to this fear, interracial marriage was prohibited. The one-drop rule was established to maintain the oppression of black individuals. This legal principle said that a person having even one black person as an ancestor should be considered black. Therefore, they should not be allowed to marry a white person today, as this cannot be added to the law. Fear and hate exist after knowing this reality. Enjoying the video so far? If yes, here's a little reminder to like the video and subscribe to our channel to get more videos on Black history and culture. Let's continue now. Reason 4. Dread of extinction. Groups who feel that their cultural, ethnic, or racial identity is under threat often experience a deep-seated fear of potential extinction. This is especially true for white supremacists who harbor intense anxieties regarding black individuals, whom they perceive as strong, attractive, and superior. This fear arises from the belief that the influence and power of white people are gradually diminishing. Changes in demographics such as migration patterns, cultural shifts, and birth rates can exacerbate these fears. White individuals may perceive black individuals as replacing them and view their perceived genetic advantages as intensifying their unease. Consequently, this fear drives a desire to preserve their own identity, leading to acts of racism and discrimination. Ultimately, this fear stems from the notion of genetic annihilation, where black genes are considered superior and white genes are expected to be suppressed, resulting in the apprehension that the white population will eventually become extinct. Reason 5. Fear of being replaced. For generations, white individuals have enjoyed certain privileges and advantages due to an unequal distribution of wealth. However, societal changes are challenging this status quo, leading some white individuals to fear being replaced. Previously, systemic barriers prevented black individuals from acquiring property, keeping their circumstances unchanged regardless of their efforts. Today, the removal of these barriers allows black individuals to fully pursue their aspirations. The perception of being replaced by black individuals can generate anxiety and fear. This fear is amplified, particularly if white individuals believe that black individuals possess advantages in areas such as economics, culture, or demographics. These concerns can lead to a defensive mindset and resistance to societal progress. Since black individuals express better cognitive abilities and there is no limitation that can suppress this today, the fear of getting replaced becomes obvious. Earlier, this fear was avoided by structural and institutional racism, but today, no such systems exist. Reason 6. The inferiority complex. Some ultra-white conservatives and supremacists may implicitly recognize the perceived superiority of black individuals in terms of survival capabilities, yet they refuse to accept it as reality. Instead, they experience jealousy and an accompanying inferiority complex which fuels their hatred. An inferiority complex arises from feelings of inadequacy and inferiority compared to others perceived as strong or exceptional. This complex can manifest as low self-esteem, self-doubt, and resentment towards those deemed superior. In conflicts between white and black individuals, the underlying cause is often rooted in the inferiority complex of white individuals. Their hate is a manifestation of their feelings of inadequacy and resentment towards black individuals. White individuals may feel intimidated by the perceived superiority of black individuals and view themselves as incapable of achieving the same level of success or excellence. Focusing on their perceived shortcomings or weaknesses, they may harbor resentment and direct their anger toward black individuals. Reason 7. Physical superiority. Throughout history, black individuals have been acknowledged for their exceptional physical strength and magnetic personalities. These qualities have at times instilled apprehension and unease among non-black individuals who perceive the potential dominance of black people as a challenge to their own status and principles. Even white men regard black individuals as superhuman due to their consistent outperformance. Non-black societies, such as European colonizers, established social and cultural systems that marginalize black people by devaluing their prowess in physical labor and instead glorifying fragility as a symbol of refinement and civilization. Ancient philosophers like Aristotle further propagated the belief that black individuals were inherently subservient, employing these distorted notions to rationalize the enslavement and mistreatment of black people. However, regardless of how much physical work is devalued, white individuals still feel threatened by the physical superiority of blacks who possess genes that facilitate muscle growth, enjoying a natural biological supremacy. Research has also demonstrated that black people are endowed with genes that contribute not only to cognitive superiority, but also to physical dominance. What is your perspective on this matter? Are these factors significant contributors to the animosity against black people? Will these fears ever dissipate, resulting in an end to racism and discrimination? We would like to hear your thoughts on the notion of black people possessing resilient genes and biological supremacy. Is it a reality or merely a myth? If you'd like more content like this, consider subscribing and click the bell icon. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for future videos.